again, #1, the Calais Blue Devils, coming into the tournament #1 undefeated. And Schenck is the defending state championship team, winning last year. They came in #2 this year, 16-2. Let's go to the scorers table for the lineups.
They'll be facing the Lady Blue Devils from Calais High School. Team members for the visiting Schenck Wolverines, coached by Jonathan Brown, beginning with a sophomore, #12, Heather Rosebush. #22 is a senior, Jamie Bushard. #24 is a junior, Shannon Stanley. Sophomore, #30, Christina Lyons. A junior, #32, Lisa Bravazano. 34 is a sophomore, Carrie Fallon. 42 is a sophomore, Lori Sear. Team members for the home team, Calais Lady Blue Devils, coached by Bob McShane. Beginning with a freshman, #12, Kelly Dow. Sophomore, #22, Amy Murray. Junior, #24, Danica Greenlaw. A junior, #30, Shandy Butler. #40 is a senior, Karen Owilok. 42 is a junior, Heather Donovan. A senior, 44, Billy Joe Johnson. #52 is a senior, Janice McConvey. Now for your starters, beginning with the Wolverines, she's a sophomore forward, #14, Carrie Crown. The Lady Blue Devils, a junior forward, #14, Jessica Clark. For the Wolverines, a junior guard, #20, Kelly Daigle. For the Blue Devils, a senior guard, #20, Holly Bell. For your Wolverines, a junior at center, #44, Melanie Whitnam. For the Lady Blue Devils, a senior at guard, #32, Andrea Gibson. Then for the Wolverines, a guard, she's a junior, #10, Kristen Chaveri. And for your Blue Devils, a senior forward, #50, Andrea Leishman. And for the Wolverines, a senior forward, #40, Shelby Mayer. And for Blue Devils, a senior at center, #34, Tracy Mulholland. Your officials for this game are Mr. Whitaker and Mr. Orser. You're invited to stand and join us as Mark Scully, director of the Schenck High School Band, honors our country as he sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
extremely powerful voice of the Schenck band director, Mark Scully, with our national anthem. 2 Eastern Maine finals to be determined here at the Bangor Auditorium this evening. In Class C, our first game, #1 Calais against #2, the Schenck High Wolverines. Lisa, what about the strategy for this game?
Keith, again, a lot's going to depend on the strength of Kristen Chiveri tonight for Schenck. She sprained an ankle before that semifinal game. She is really one of the key girls for Schenck that makes them go. She's a 3-point threat. She likes to push things defensively as well. So both teams not at quite full strength here tonight. It's going to be a key for Schenck to also try to contain Tracy Mulholland. As we've said, she's one of the best players we've seen down here this week, and she's really led this Calais team.
Witham and Mulholland jumping center, and Chiveri controls it for Schenck. Carrie Cram looking for someone to pass to, finds Mayer. And now Chiveri will set things up, and we're just underway. 2 Eastern Maine finals. Long down by Chiveri right away. Schenck gets on the board.
She's wearing she's had her ankle taped up by Wes Jordan, and she's there's a little bit of swelling there, but as we can see, she came ready to play.
3 on the board right away for the Schenck Wolverines. To start things off, Andrea Gibson and draws the foul.
Player control foul on Gibson. Calais has that good inside-outside punch with Mulholland on the inside, and shooters with Andrea Gibson and Bell out front. They can hurt you both ways.
First foul in the ball game on Andrea Gibson. Schenck up court with it now. Chiveri guarded closely by Gibson, coming to the top of the circle. And she'll come back out. Kelly Daigle. Hands back to Chiveri, guarded by Gibson. The #1 Calais Blue Devils still undefeated this year. And Schenck Wolverines came into the tourney at 16-2, and now 18-2. And they are the defending state champs. Inside the Mayer can't try to go between Leishman and Mulholland.
Players are matching up player to player right now, but as you can see, when the ball went into the post, Calais defense sagged, and it was Tracy Mulholland that got a hand on that shot.
Leishman playing the ball in. And a traveling violation on Calais.
Today's officials, Harry Orser and David Whitaker.
So Kelly Daigle will play the ball in for the Wolverines in their Kelly green uniforms with white trim. And it comes to Witham. Looking for somebody, finds Chiveri, and now it's stolen away by Calais. Gibson has it, giving it to Holly Bell. Quickly the Blue Devils come back down the court. Bell backs off in the corner, guarded closely by Cram. Gibson.
They're trying to go zone right now, see if they can't shut down Tracy Mulholland. And right there you saw 3 players collapse on Mulholland, tied it up.
Leishman will play the ball in, getting it into Bell. Inside intended for Mulholland, lost out of bounds, but knocked out by Schenck. 5:59 left in period #1, only 3 points on the board. A 3-point shot by Chiveri.
Good save by, good attempt to save anyway by Leishman.
Brown with the ball, giving it to Chiveri, guarded by Gibson. Schenck working the ball around. Graham makes the shot. Rebound coming down to Witham and Bell. And the arrow points toward the Schenck basket. Chiveri in the corner, goes in the side of the lane. Now it's Cram faking, back to Chiveri, who's open on the side, pops it up and off, and Mulholland with the rebound, tied up quickly by Mayer, and the foul on Mayer.
Boy, good aggressive play by Mayer that time. She's drawn the assignment of guarding Mulholland. And as soon as Tracy brought that ball down, they were all over her. Picked up the foul, but you can see they know what they're going to have to do.
5:18. Still the only points are Severi's 3-point shot. Andrea Gibson on the dribble. Graham. Turnaround jumper by Mulholland misses, and the ball is batted out of bounds. It'll be a Schenck ball. Pressure coming full court from Calais. Holly Bell. Severi with it. Gibson on her. And Mayer goes to the foul line, looking for someone. Hands back to Fram. Over to Daigle. This is Witham spinning and putting it up on the glass. And foul on the rebounding action again. Mayer again.
So 2 quick ones for Mayer.
Mayer, whose assignment is to play tough against Mulholland, has picked up 2 quick fouls.
They seem to be in a zone down there, so it's going to the matchups are going to vary. But Mayer picking up her 2nd foul here in the rebounding action. She's going to go out right now, and Sear replaces her. Lori Sear, at 5'6" sophomore.
Holly Bell with the ball, guarded by Cram. Mulholland from the side, high off the rim. Rebound Leishman back up. Rebound this time up and out by Clark.
Witham got Mulholland that time in the rebounding action. 3 or 4 shots that time by Calais. Schenck is going to have to make sure they box out, and here it's you can see right there Mulholland getting fouled by Witham.
So the
team's
Wolverines picking up some quick fouls early in the ball game.
Keith, it's going to be important for Calais right now as Schenck really is collapsing their defense all around Tracy Mulholland. It's going to be important for Gibson and Bell and Clark to get involved in the scoring from the outside.
Daigle starts her drive. Can't find room to shoot. Comes back to Severi. Over to Daigle. She'll put it up from the left side.
Count the hoop. Daigle's a very aggressive ball handler. Plays great defense.
Wolverines really whipping the ball around early in the ball game. Got the only points on the board right now, and now it's 6-0 Schenck. And back come the Blue Devils with 3:55 remaining. Holly Bell to Gibson, and Leishman looking inside. Leishman gives it over to Bell. Bell fakes, goes in the lane, back to Leishman, who goes inside for the jump shot. Rebound tipped high, Witham with it to Severi. And a double dribble. She brought the ball up and put it down again. I think she sensed that she'd lost control of it, that it was okay to dribble again.
Could be, Keith. One of the things right now, you can see they're trying to get the penetration into Mulholland right there. Good penetration by Gibson. Lays the ball off down low. We have a violation. Trying to take the ball in. Going to give the ball back to Calais now. Chance to come within 2.
3:25 left in period number 1. Gibson, Clark, and now Leishman. Stolen away. Cram coming down hard, 1-on-1 against Gibson. Puts it up and draws the foul.
Cram put that one up left-handed and almost was able to score as she gets fouled on the inside. In that semifinal game, we saw Cram do a real nice job. She plays a lot bigger than she is. We see her finishing up there with the left hand.
Foul was before the shot on the way in there.
Getting ready to come in for Calais right now. Number 12, Kelly Dow, is going to replace Leishman. One of the things that Coach Bob McShane has had to adjust with McConvey out, it changes your substitution patterns, and kids that may not have had as many minutes are going to find more playing time and having a bigger role to play.
Convey was a real key player off the bench in the all season, then in the quarterfinal game, but she was unable to play in the semifinal either. This is Mulholland over to Gibson, puts it up and off. Rebound, Mulholland puts it right back up and draws the foul.
You don't often see the big girl take the ball the other length of the court, but that's one of the things that Tracy Mulholland is able to do, and that time showed all facets of her game as she came down. She rebounded on this end, brought the ball down, good court awareness, got the ball to Gibson, and was there for the offensive rebound.
One of the best all-around players in the tourney. Perhaps the MVP maybe in class in the C tournament.
A very strong possibility for that, Keith. You know, and these kids, these Calais kids, play together a lot, as does Schenck. They have some summer programs that they work in, but also seen some of these Calais kids at some tournaments in the off-season.
Nice pass from Daigle down to Cram. Good, strong pass from Daigle right to Cram, and she puts it in. It's a 9-3 lead by Schenck with 2:45 remaining in the first period. Inside, Mulholland puts it up and off. Witham.
She got a hand back in there, and now it's Dow going up. Witham with a strong board. Schenck's out to run.
Well, the lead pass to Graham, who puts it up and in. Well, travel.
Oh, they're going to call a travel on that. Cram thinks she was fouled. She thinks she was fouled. She doesn't realize she thought of.
Graham walked right to the foul line after the call.
She thought she was fouled.
I think Coach Brown felt that way as well.
She walked to the foul line looking for shots. We'll take another look at it. Well, it looked good from here, but obviously the officials saw something we didn't. Cram's on the line waiting for the ball. Turns around and finds out it's going to the other team. You be the judge on that one, Keith. But I was impressed with where she kept the ball after the defense went by, and she continued on to score.
Okay, it's a 6-point lead for the Schenck Wolverines in this one. First period, 2:28. Action fast and furious, but not a lot of scoring. For the Blue Devils, at least.
What's happening, Keith, is they really are keying on Tracy Mulholland. And every time she's going off a shot, she's got 2 or 3 green shirts all around her. And that's why it's going to be important for some of the other players to get involved and take the load off her. If you can get somebody like Gibson or Bell to hit a couple of the outside shots, then Schenck's going to have to come out and respect that, which will open things up inside for Leishman and Mulholland.
Witham has to be one of the taller players that Mulholland has faced in the tournament as well. Witham is listed at 6 feet tall. Number 44, Melanie Witham, 6-foot junior for Schenck, is playing tough defense. Rebound with Schenck.
Sear with a rebound. She did a nice job in the semifinal coming in and picking up some boards.
Sear giving Witham a break right now. Kelly Daigle up with it. Good. So she's really working out there. Daigle is really working.
She is a workhorse. We've watched her play these last couple of years, and it's just a go-get-'em type player.
An 11-3 lead right now for Schenck. 1:51 remaining in the first period. Gibson with the ball, top of the circle. Down inside, gets open, puts it up and off. See you get Bell with a rebound. And puts it up and in.
Just inside the arc for a 2-pointer, and a nice steal here. Calais coming right back.
Bell with it. 125. Mulholland puts
Great
it up.
move.
Now Calais comes roaring back.
Great individual effort that time. Nice fake to the inside, then turn around, went left-handed to the glass.
Tipped out, I think, by Calais that time. Schenck will maintain control. Cram will play it in. So the Wolverines ahead by 4 points with the ball and 1:10 remaining in the first period. Lost out of bounds by Heather Rosebush, number 12. Couldn't haul it down, pass a little high. And Kelly Dow will play it back in for Calais to Holly Bell. Ollie Bell brings it up across the midcourt stripe, going in the lane, and may have traveled, but she's fouled before coming down by Cram.
Maybe Daigle picking up that foul, Keith. I think it's going to be Daigle, and it's going to be their team's fifth. We can watch it right there. Daigle reaches in, gets her on the arm. Her first, team's fifth.
Gibson with it, faking, starting the dribble, getting it off to Bell. Bell looking inside. Long pop by Clark. This might be, that was a three-point attempt, but off into the corner, out of bounds.
Good hustle that time by Clark, followed a shot. Almost came up with the board off that, and some substitutions coming in right now. Number 22 for Calais. That's Amy Murray, 5'6" sophomore. And number 44, Billy Joe Johnson.
Graham dribbling into forecourt, giving it off to Chiveri. To Daigle, looking inside. Spin around jumper is up and off by Kerry Graham. And Gibson.
Murray wasting no time getting a rebound.
Gibson will slow things down a little bit. Set something up. Now she starts her drive. Bounces down inside. Ball is loose and traveling violation being called on Lori Sear.
She got the ball and rolled over with it, causing the travel.
This is Gibson with it. Faking, going in, finding room for the jumper.
Nice individual move that time. Little fake to the outside, brought her back inside.
5 seconds remaining in this first quarter. A two-point ball game.
Oh, a steal by Murray.
Calais. Murray puts it up left-handed and it counts.
What a turnaround right there. Murray comes in off the bench, gets a rebound on one end, steal, and lays it up left-handed on the other end. So Calais is looking for the bench to come through for me, and right now it's happening. They tie it at 11. We'll be back in a moment.
You're watching tournament basketball on Maine Public Television.
Okay, another evening of basketball here at the Bangor Auditorium. We're watching a Class C Eastern Maine final between Calais and Schenck. Number 1 Calais, undefeated this year, and the defending champion Schenck Wolverines. The boys final following this one. Coming up, Limestone Washington Academy. This one tied at 11 as we begin the second period. Gibson's three-point attempt is good.
He nails it. Coach Bob McShane has elected to keep Mulholland, Bell, and Leishman on the bench right now to start the second period.
What a roaring comeback by Calais. Daigle, Chiveri.
Schenck likes to push the ball, and they're going to go up tempo, and it's going to be important for Calais to rest their players as they're able to do right now.
Chiveri goes in, but doesn't connect off the glass.
Murray with another rebound.
And Gibson coming right back with it. 7-18, 14-11 Calais lead right now. Murray with it inside, up by Dow, and a foul in the rebounding action on Billy Joe Johnson.
Came over the back on that one. Shelby Mayer getting ready to come back in. Remember, she's playing with 2 fouls.
Mayer of Schenck replacing Heather Rosebush.
Yeah, look at that right here. Sear with good inside position, and Johnson gets her with the body.
Chiveri plays it into Graham. Graham guarded by Murray. Coming up to the top of the foul line. Long shot by Chiveri. Murray gets the rebound. Over to Gibson. Second period just underway. 6:55 left. Calais up by 3. Dow. Down inside. Murray starts to go through. Now the shot is up by Billy Joe Johnson, and the foul.
Well, that's going to be on Mayer, I think. Unfortunately, I think she may have just picked up her 3rd foul. We'll have to take a look. Right here, pass in by Murray, and Mayer helps her out here as Johnson really not in a position to take that shot, but she draws the foul, and Shelby Mayer picks up her 3rd one very quickly.
Mayer coming in tonight intending to play good pressure defense, as finds herself in foul trouble early in the ball game.
Leishman coming back in, Clark going out, and Tracy Mulholland waiting on the sideline. She will be coming in for Johnson.
"16 fouls on Schenck, only 4 on the Blue Devils."
Now Witham coming in for Mayer. It'll be a little frustrating for Shelby Mayer. Been sitting with 2 fouls, comes back in and quickly picks up number 3. And Johnson nails that one. Mulholland comes in.
Mayer had to be given the tough assignment of playing good pressure defense, especially on Mulholland, and right away she's in foul trouble. And maybe a little over-aggressive in trying to slow down Calais. Graham coming in with it for Schenck, giving it back to Chiveri. Over on the right side now, Daigle into Witham, spinning in the lane, putting it up and off. And a rebound to Amy Murray, who's had a lot of rebounds since coming off the bench.
She certainly is doing the job for them.
Nice long pass down to Dow, who misses, but Mulholland puts it up and in.
That's one of the things I really like about Tracy Mulholland. She gets the offensive board and takes the time to put up a decent shot. And right now, Calais has raced to a 17-11 lead, and Schenck wants a timeout.
What a comeback by Calais. Schenck raced off to an early strong lead, and Calais came roaring back, and I think Skenk's only scored 2 points in the last several minutes.
Well, they haven't scored at all yet in this second period, Keith. As we look right here, talk about she makes the move, lets the defender by, squares up, and takes a nice shot there. Whereas so many times we see the people rush their shot off that offensive board, and they actually give up another good opportunity to score.
Very fundamentally sound ball player, and one who has led her team to an undefeated season. 31 points in a semifinal contest against Searsport. Game that Calais won 61-57.
Look at Schenck come out of that huddle. Daigle's just raring to go.
Okay, Graham with the ball to Chiveri, almost stolen by Gibson, but Chiveri gets it back. It's a to Daigle. Daigle drives in along the baseline, goes right in, has the ball knocked away. Tied up, knocked out of bounds, but knocked out by last touch by Gibson. And so the Wolverines will play it in. Coach Jay Brown of Schenck on the bench. With him back to Chiveri. Chiveri drives in, back out to Daigle. Daigle fakes, comes back around to Cram. Cram starts to go inside, goes back to Daigle, and she's open.
Oh, she nails it. And she's fouled by Gibson.
Daigle is really pumped up for this one, isn't she? You can tell she's fired up.
When she came out of that huddle, she sprinted over here to mid-court and wasted no time taking the ball to the hole. Bell coming back in along with Clark, and Shelby Mayer's not the only one in foul trouble right now. That's Gibson's third. So she's on the bench right now.
Daigle, a 5'5" junior, number 20 on the line, a chance to make it 3. Rebound coming down to Mulholland. And Andrea Leishman.
Amy Murray checked out of the game just then, and Calais fans up giving her a good round of applause. They realized what a nice job she came in and did off the bench.
Inside it goes. Leishman puts it up and off, and the rebound coming down to Maury Sear, and she's bumped.
Leishman picks up the foul, and now we are close to bonus situation. We are in the bonus at this point, or at least the lights up. That's number 6. Next one puts in the bonus both ways.
5:22 remaining in the first half. Graham. Now Chiveri, guarded by Holly Bell. Graham tries to get open, drives it inside, but it's off from Sear.
Tried to run the pick and roll off that, and the pass just a little too hard to handle.
17-13, a 4-point Calais lead. Coach Bob McShane of the Blue Devils looking on. with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Inside, spinning and
Good
putting
move.
it up is Dow. Dow again. Kelly Dow is a 5'10" freshman, contributing to the Calais cause. Cheveri will play it in to Clam. Down to Sear. Witham spins and puts it up and draws the foul, maybe from Mulholland.
That is good quick move by Witham that time. And it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Entry pass from Sear. Witham goes quickly up, and you see right there, Tracy Mulholland got her on the arm.
Melanie Witham, the 6-foot junior, number underclassman on the Schenck team. The only starting senior is Shelby Mayer. Returning on this last year's state championship Schenck team. Coming to the returning number 2, 16-2. So the standings held up for this one. Number 1 against number 2 for the C title here this evening. Inside, Mulholland. Clark puts it up.
It's going to be important for Clark and Bell to step up their outside game now as Andrea Gibson is on the bench, and Clark that time nails one from the outside, puts him up 21-15.
4:11 remaining in the first half. Cheveri guarded by Bell. Starts her drive, goes to the foul line, over to Graham. Graham starts to go inside, and travel. So Leishman will play it in for the Calais Blue Devils. Into Bell. 3:55 left in the first half. Bell bringing it into forecourt, guarded by Cheveri. Now it's Clark to Dow to Leishman.
Good ball movement that time, right around the perimeter. Schenck not able to get over and cover it, and Leishman.
So suddenly it's Calais with a 9-point lead, 8-point lead. Cheveri long 3-point attempt, in and out. Rebound Witham back up and off. Rebound tipped high. Mulholland finally gathers it in. And races down court for the Blue Devils. Dow with a shot on the left side. In.
Good pass. Nice pass, and Dow did a nice job of going up. Again, you see why it pays off. These kids have played together so long. Good court awareness again by Tracy Mulholland. Gets the ball to the open person on the weak side, and that was Dow that time, taking a good shot, making sure. Right here we see it. Tracy does a nice cross-court pass. She gathers herself. Textbook shot right there.
And on this one, the Calais fans erupt, and they have a 10-point lead to cheer about right now with 3:15 left in the first half.
They've outscored them 14-4 right now in this period. Both teams with a player on the bench in foul trouble. Gibson is out right now for Calais, and it's Mayer on the other side.
Both teams in real duels in their semifinal games. Calais and Sears scored a 61-57 game, and Schenck went into overtime to defeat Central of East Corinth 46-40 in a semifinal game.
Look at the Schenck band, always known for the drummers.
3:15 left in the first half. Again, a big 10-point lead to the Calais Blue Devils as Schenck brings it inbounds in their Kelly green uniforms. Cheveri with it, going to the foul line, losing the handle. Dow picks it up, gives it to Leishman, back to Clark. 3 minutes left. Dow. Kelly Dow, a freshman, coming off the bench to play a real role for Calais so far in this game. Leishman, too high. Rebound knocked around, finally picked up by Kelly Daigle. Schenck intended for Cheveri, but nice steal by Mulholland. Tracy Mulholland comes down, back to Dow, out to Clark, to Dow, into Leishman.
They're passing, moving the ball quite well right now.
Bell with it. Takes a long bomb. And the rebound, Leishman moves over to the side and pops it in. She had a soft touch. She easily pops it through. And now a foul being called on Bell as we come back the other way.
So we'll go to the other end for the 1-and-1.
The bonus situation from here on out in the first half.
Calais has really picked up the defensive intensity here in this second period, Keith.
They really have, and they're really connecting, and they lead at 27-15. So Graham, 5'6" sophomore, only a sophomore, but one of Skenk's leading scorers. 12 points in the semifinal game, 14 in the quarterfinal. Point lead now for Calais. Leishman. Holland with it. Stops, picks up the jump shot. Rebound comes down to Sear of Schenck. To Chevary.
Chevary's going to push the ball up the floor.
Long pass in the corner. Graham runs, hooks it up and off. Rebound Mulholland. Let's see who the foul's on this time. Graham maybe?
Oh, that's going to be on, I believe,
Okay.
Tracy Mulholland. I think she came over the back of Sear. So two good plays by Sear, one on the defensive end getting the rebound, and now down here on the offensive end with the offensive board, gets inside position right there, and Mulholland comes over the back. So Sear going on the line for the 1-and-1.
Rebound down to Mulholland. She clears it to Holly Bell. 140. Bell racing toward the basket, loops it in, and Mulholland hooks it up left-handed. Rebound is tied up, and the arrow goes to Schenck.
Right there, Witham had a chance to draw a foul on Mulholland. She had the inside position, but didn't block out and allowed her to go straight up with her for the tie.
Batted away from Graham by Clark. Now Chevary looking for someone to get it to in a hurry here. And a foul on Clark as Graham catches the inbound pass. We'll go back to the Schenck foul line.
So Calais right now helping Schenck out by putting him on the line again. Coaching move by Bob McShane right now. He's taken Tracy Mulholland out as we watch in the press. Clark picks up her second. With 1:35 to go in the half, 10-point lead. Calais can would elect to have Tracy Mulholland on the bench right now, not to pick up number 3.
One of the many outstanding young players for Schenck, Terry Cram, a 5'6" sophomore. And the rebound coming down to Bell, and she's bumped by Cram. The foul may be on Cram. It is.
And now we'll go the other way. Last minute or so, quite a few fouls.
10-point lead for Calais, and Holly Bell will get a chance to extend the lead. The Calais team has 3 seniors on the starting 5. Chevary in the lane, running, driving, and getting fouled.
We call a blocking foul on Holly Bell. 2 shots. We see the crossover from Chevary, drives through the lane, and getting called, must have gotten her with the body. 2 shots now. Schenck could gain some ground here if they could make their foul shots.
In and out for Kristen Chevary. .128 left in the first half. And it's 27-18. 9-point lead for the Blue Devils. And the Leishman up to Dow. Tries to go inside. Gets it back to Bell. Over on the right side. Clark is open. Puts it in.
Clark has stepped up to answer the call tonight. She's really started contributing from the outside, taking up some of that slack.
12-point lead for Calais. They go right back with it. Chevary, 3-point attempt. Missing, and Dow with a rebound to Bell. Bell bringing it up by herself. The top of the circle, goes down in the lane and runs into a crowd. The ball is lost, picked up by Leishman. Leishman looking for somebody. Bell, 40 seconds. Leishman back to Bell for the three-point attempt.
Oh, in and out.
Rebound up and off. Rebound up by Dow. Tipped around. Fought for. Tied up.
It's a good example of what I'm talking about right there. They got 3 or 4 good offensive rebounds, but forced up shots afterwards. Offensive boards are very important. They're another opportunity to score. You need to make sure you put good shots up with that.
Bell driving in and looping it up again. Rebound coming down to Schenck. Sear clears it. To Daigle. 12 seconds.
Look out.
Ooh, 3 people running together on the side there. I guess everybody's okay.
The ball was going to Cram, but I think Cheveri thought it was going out of bounds.
Three-way
She
collision.
went after it. Cheveri thought it was going to her, and there we have quite the pileup.
They all meet at the intersection there. Nobody's injured.
Actually, they're going to call a foul there on poor Janice Clark. She ended up on the bottom of the pile, and she gets called for the foul. To top it off, it's number 3, and she's going to go sit
They
down.
squeezed her between them. So it's Cram on the line for Schenck, Kerry Cram. We have 10 seconds on the clock. 29-19. And now it's 29-20. 9-point Calais lead. This is Holly Bell. Gets it over to Dow. Long shot by Dow. With 2 seconds. 1 and after 1/2. Calais 29 and Schenck 20.
So a good first half there, Keith. Schenck found themselves in the hole, down by 9 here at the halftime. But let's not forget the firepower that they have, especially with the 3-point threat of Cheveri. You have to wonder at this point how bad her ankle is bothering her. You know, little things like that can throw off your shot, and if you can't push off like you normally do, that can be a problem.
Okay, thank you very much, Keith. And we're standing here with more than an interested spectator, Gladys Ganiel of Narraguegas, the Knights who were eliminated earlier in the tournament. You've seen this Calais team before when they're playing like they did in the second quarter. They're a real tough club.
Right, we played them twice on the year, and they came out both times on fire in the first quarter. They got girls that can hit 3-pointers and great post players, and when they get clicking, they're very difficult to stop.
Gladys, you might be just about the busiest person I know. You're doing so many things. You're an outstanding cross-country runner. You're a champion free throw shooter. Had another terrific basketball season, and you're also, as people have been talking about during the week, a sports writer working for the Down East Coastal Press.
Right, I write for the Coastal Press, which is a paper in Cutler, and I write about basketball and volleyball and softball and baseball and a variety of different sports in the high school and junior high levels.
Now, the other night you were here wearing both hats in the same night. You played in one game, and then we're here covering a later game.
Right, I had to come back after our loss and watch our boys play, but fortunately they won and Dan Curtis' shot at the buzzer, so that kind of eased the pain a little bit, but not enough.
Is this something that you think you want to do down the road at some point?
Yeah, I enjoy the writing for the paper and the journalist stuff, and making the kids, when they read their name in the paper, they're happy, so I like that aspect of it too.
This isn't anything new for you. You started quite a while ago.
When I was in about 5th grade, I started sending in stories because there was no one from my area covering Narraguegas High School, and it's junior high school, so yeah.
Well, I know that next year you prefer to have less time writing and maybe a little bit more time playing.
Right.
Well, you had an excellent tournament. We wish you luck next year.
Right, thanks.
Thank you very much, Gladys Ganiel of the Narraguegas Knights and of the Down East Coastal Press. Halftime of the Eastern Maine Class C Championship.
Okay, we're set to begin the second half of this Class C Eastern Maine final. 29-20. Calais is your leader right now. You're looking at the Schenck Wolverines. The early part of the third period is traditionally considered crucial in many games. And what do you expect Schenck should do? What should Schenck do to make sure that they stay in this game?
Well, they're going to have to do a good job on the boards. They've had problems, as we said. Mayer has been out. they're going to have to limit Calais to one shot. And they were doing a very nice job early shutting down Mulholland, but Calais stepped up, as we said. They hit the outside shot. I think they're going to have to control the turnovers. They're going to have to be able to handle the press a little bit better. And way too early to count Schenck out because they do have that firepower. They've got 3 kids that can nail the 3, so they have the outside game, and it's going to be important for Witham, I think, to step up a little bit on the inside and see if she can have some point production in there.
Okay, second half underway, and the shot is up by Mayer, who's back in the ball game. Number 40 for Schenck after sitting out much in the first half. Bell takes a long one for Calais, and the rebound coming down to Graham. Quickly to Chevalier on the fast
Nice
break.
crossover.
Really nice crossover. Looked like she was going in and put it up with the left hand and crossed under and put it up right-handed.
See, Schenck can get right back into this because they love to push the ball up the floor. Gibson now is back in as well, so both teams with their starting lineups out there.
Andrea Gibson with the ball, guarded by Chevalier. And this is Bell into Mulholland. Clark faking. Mulholland goes in the lane, puts up the jump shot, and gets the roll. She went high that time and fired a soft jump shot up there. 31-22, a 9-point lead for Calais. Graham gives it over to Mayer. Looking inside. Graham goes down to the baseline. Puts it up. Following with him. As Mulholland comes down with the rebound.
One of the things I like about the way Tracy Mulholland rebounds is, number 1, she gets good position. Number 2, she gets off her feet. She gets up in the air, goes up strong with 2 hands and grabs the ball. So many times you see the people go up and slap the ball. She goes up with 2 hands and rips the thing down.
But she does that shooting. I mean, she goes up, she really jumps high and as high as she can and releases at the top of her jump.
She shoots a true jump shot. And that time we got a player control foul, I believe, going on Holly Bell.
Had a couple Schenck players in foul trouble. Now that was Witham's 3rd one down the other end of the court moments ago, and Witham and Mayer each have 3 fouls.
Now Bell has 3.
Graham with it, looking into Witham. Backs it out, guarded by Bell. Now to Kelly Daigle. Knocked away, picked up by Calais. Leishman down to Bell. Bell takes the jump shot. Nice shot by Bell.
I'm sure people at home can't see that. We're at a great angle here. We can see what's going on. Bell that time, good court awareness, looked over, saw Gibson, checked out her options, and felt she had the better angle to the shot.
Graham takes the 3-point attempt, and Mayer Witham gets it. Now it's stolen away by Mulholland.
There they go again. This time she looks across court. Gibson's got the better shot, so she gives it up. Good teamwork. Good knowing where each other were going to be. Court awareness.
Calais looking awfully good early in this 3rd period. 35-22. Mayer steps inside, loses the
There
ball.
we go again.
Gibson, Leishman coming down the 2-on-2. Gibson will take it all the way in. Now falls out of bounds.
And she's going to be fouled on that. I think that's going on. We'll have to see if they give it to Chevalier or Mayer. I think it's going. Well, that goes on Mayer, so that's number 4. She's not getting much time here at all tonight. Sear comes back in. That's 3 or 4 times now Calais has been able to push the ball down the floor, able to draw the foul. This time Mayer comes over with the body. Gets called for the blocking foul.
Indeed, she is the reason Gibson fell out of bounds.
That'll do it.
Bumped out. 35-22. Andrea Gibson on for a pair. Second shot is good. 36-22. A big 14-point lead now for the Blue Devils.
And that one goes off the hand of Carrie Cram.
Holly Bell will play it in for the Blue Devils. Or rather, Leishman will play it in underneath the Calais basket. Inside Mulholland. Now it's taken away by Schenck. Cram coming down one-on-one. Knocked away by Mulholland. Good defensive move that time. Tracy Mulholland raced up from behind and knocked it out of bounds.
It's that never say die attitude. So many times you see a player make a mistake and they hang their head. She got that ball taken away. She came back and knocked it back out of bounds.
Kelly Daigle in the corner and get a shot away. Guarded closely by Bell, looking for somebody, needs to find somebody, and now gives it up because 5 seconds is up. McShane, Coach McShane likes that defense. Andrew Gibson will bring it back for the Blue Devils, coming into fourth court, top of the circle on the right side. Cram. And Leishman foul line shot is up and off, and the rebound by Cram. Schenck, 4:41 left in the third period. Collins with a great big 14-point lead. Skenk's got to find an answer for that. With him. By Cram and a foul.
Foul on Leishman. Cram will go on the line for 2. Cram stepped up in that semifinal game when they needed a lift, and she got a chance here to make some foul shots.
Carrie Cram, a 5'6" sophomore.
Dow coming in right now for Leishman. Dow had some real valuable moments for Calais in that first half.
Again, Schenck, even though they are the defending state champions, have a lot of young players on the team, and only one senior on the starting 5. Shelby Mayer is the only senior return from that state championship team. From the 36-24. Gibson coming back with it. Looking for Bell. Back to Gibson. Dallas in command, and maybe.
I think we had a hold out front on Chevary.
Chevary following Gibson as she ran by on the drive. And so Calais will play the ball in. Dow will play it in for Calais to Gibson. Inside Mulholland spins, puts up the jumper, and the rebound is back up by Dow. Rebound to Schenck this time. Fast break over the head of Cram. She couldn't gather it in, and Calais will bring it back. .402. 12-point Calais lead. This is Gibson. Over to Bell. Bell starts to go in the corner. Stops back to Gibson.
Schenck has had to pull that defense out a little bit more. And that leaves a one-on-one situation with Mulholland. Probably had the shot that time, tried to give the ball up to Dow.
Chevary quickly back for Schenck. 3:30. Chevary goes in the lane and tries to put up a shot. Not a good selection that time. Fell into Dow. Let's see who the foul's on.
I don't think we have a foul there. I don't know what they called.
See the indication. They didn't indicate traveling, but
may have been a 3 seconds possibly.
Okay, this is Gibson with it on the left side. Guarded by Chevary. Bell starts to go down inside. Gibson will take the 3 from the corner and misses. With him. Takes it down for Schenck. Heather Rosebush in the game, number 12, with the ball, driving down, putting it up and in.
Got the hoop.
Getting fouled by Mulholland, maybe of all people.
It was Mulholland, and that's at least her 3rd foul. Wasting no time, going strong to the basket. Mulholland picked up number 3 there.
Mulholland bumping her on the way by. And that'll put Rosebush on the line for 1 shot.
Mulholland stays in. Bell goes out.
Another sophomore performer for the Schenck Wolverines. Rosebush
In too soon.
6 sophomore.
But a violation in too soon that time. I think it was Sear may have been in too soon.
3 minutes remaining in the third period. A 10-point lead for Calais. Knocked out of bounds. Calais will inbound it.
Cram with the defensive play that time.
Mulholland staying in with 3 fouls. Gibson
To Murray.
looking long. They're coming over to the right side to Clark. Into Mulholland. In the lane. Jump shot. High off the rim. Witham with a rebound. Tries to key the fast break. Outlet pass to Cheveri. Coming down hard and bumping into Mulholland.
Mulholland, good position that time.
This is Witham. Up and off and a foul.
Dow picks up that one. Tracy Mulholland made a good defensive stand that time. Decided if they were going to go to the basket, they were going to have to go through her right here. She plants herself. But Cheveri very alertly puts it back up with him with the board, and now Dow is going to pick up her first foul.
So the 6-foot center, 6-foot junior, puts it in.
Here comes Daigle. Look for Schenck to turn things up a notch. As Cheveri going out right now. Not that Cheveri doesn't push things herself, but obviously probably needs to rest that ankle a little bit.
Daigle goes full tilt both ways on court non-stop.
Leishman and Bell coming back in, so coaches using their benches well tonight, trying to keep fresh troops in.
Leishman will play the ball in for the Calais Blue Devils. It's an 8-point lead now for Calais. Schenck trying to close the gap. 36-28, 2:18 left in the third period. Kelly Dow with it. Holly Bell long in and out. Rebound coming down to Schenck.
Nice outlet.
Rosebush down to Cran.
Good left hand. Two good plays that time. Rosebush looking up the floor.
They've closed it to a 6-point lead. Now Calais throws it away. Cheveri whips it up court to Bell. It goes out of bounds.
Coach McShane wants a timeout right now. They can't afford to do that right now. They had a 10-point lead, now cut to 6, and it doesn't take long for Schenck to get on a roll. He knows it. He wants to slow things down right now. We look in and we see Jay Brown in his huddle right now with the Schenck Wolverines.
Calais came out with a 9-point halftime lead, and they've added to that substantially, and now it's cut back to 6 by the Schenck Wolverines. Looking at the Calais huddle and Coach Jay Brown. 1:59 remaining in the third period of this exciting Eastern Maine final between Schenck and Calais. And we've got a lot of action coming up this evening, but we have a boys final following this one. It's Limestone against Washington Academy. We hope you'll stay tuned for that. Recapping this afternoon, we saw Central Aroostook become the Eastern Maine Class D champion with a 62-47 win over Southern Aroostook. And the Jonesport Beals boys won the D championship with a 70-61 win over the Central Aroostook boys.
Both sides up on their feet, Keith. Schenck fans looking, hoping to cheer their girls on to turn this around. They've made a good effort so far. Watch Cram inside. She posts up. She makes some nice moves in there.
Good strong move by Cram.
She's not that big a kid, but she plays big.
Now it's a 4-point game. Calais up by 4, 1:45 remaining in the third period. What a comeback by
Nice
Schenck.
pass.
Mulholland puts it up and off and a foul.
Good penetration by Gibson. Dumps it off to Mulholland.
Rory Sear picking up the foul. And Mulholland going back on the line. Mulholland hoping to slow the Schenck comeback here. It's a 4-point ball game, and what a furious comeback by the Wolverines. (37-32), Calais by 5. Rebound tied up. And the arrow going to possession going to Schenck. Rosebush brings it into Cram. Up to to Sear, back to Rosebush. 1:20 left in the third period. With him looking down low, now gives it up to Cram for the shot that's good.
She was the one, as we said, she came through for him in the semifinals, and she's doing it again right now, getting him right back in this three-point game.
A clutch ball player. Gibson going inside, stopping, putting it up from the lane. And the rebound to Sear.
And now it's Sear on the board because of Mulholland right there to break it up again.
Cram with it. Dallas pressing in backcourt. Rosebush, good ball handler. Rosebush coming off the bench to do a good
Look
job.
out for
And now
Cram.
run by Cram, who had the hot hands. Now it's Witham up there.
That's important. With them, we haven't heard much offensively from her. That time with a big board, puts up the high percentage shot.
A one-point ball game with 34 seconds remaining in the third period. Holly Bell of Calais. Mulholland. Now Gibson coming back to Bell, guarded by Daigle.
The Schenck fans are fired up now.
15 seconds, a foul being called on Sear.
That may go on with them, I think, Keith, from the expression on her face. They get the ball into Mulholland. And that's going to be number 4 on with them. Tracy Mulholland is now going to try to quiet this Schenck crowd a little bit. It's a one-point game.
5 team fouls on Schenck and 4 on Calais as Mulholland puts up the first one. Now it's a 2-point lead for Calais. Chiveri coming back. Mulholland makes it 39-36. With 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Chiveri wasting no time going back up court all the way down. They're calling the foul on Mulholland.
No, actually, Leishman can't figure it out. She's getting the foul called on her.
Okay.
We'll have to see that on the replay.
Looked like Mulholland's hand that went up
Exactly. I'm going to see on the inside.
Well, it's
Right
Leishman
there.
that grabbed her, right. She bumps into Mulholland later.
So Leishman
After
picks
the
up
foul.
number 3. 10 seconds to go here. Chiveri can pull it within 2. It's a 2-point game now. Chance to cut to 1. Coming in for Schenck right now, number 32, Lisa Provenzano, 5'4" junior.
Kelly
She
Daigle.
replaces Daigle.
39-37.
We've got a game.
39-38. 10 seconds. Gibson. 8 seconds. She puts up the jumper. Off. 2 seconds. And after 3, it's 39-38. We'll be back in a moment. And what a ball game this has turned out to be after the Wolverines came storming back in the third period. In fact, it was midway through the third period before they made their move and they were down.
A lot of that credit, Keith, has to go to Carrie Cram. She came up with 8 points in that third quarter. And that's a couple of times that she's fired them up. That sparked the defense. They forced some careless turnovers. Witham started to get involved a little bit more on the boards. And they've turned this into a good contest now as we await the fourth period.
Calais led by 9 at halftime. They extended that lead early in the third period, and Schenck came right back to trail by a point as we begin the fourth and final period of this outstanding Class C Eastern Maine final. Leishman up and off.
It's Cram again. Good hustle right here in front of us.
Double team. Gets it back to Rosebush to Chiveri. Schenck Wolverines have it stolen by Bell. Down to Gibson on the fast break. She lays it off the glass.
Good look by Bell that time. And there's Leishman again. Now Bell.
Now let's see, is it tied up or a foul being called on Cram?
Calais ran that transition well that time. Bell came up with a steal, and both Mulholland and Gibson went on the fly. And it was Gibson right there making the layup. Now watch the defense as Schenck goes to inbounds the ball. Gibson says, I'll take that, goes up for it. And now Bell shoots from the corner, and there's Leishman with the offensive board.
5-point lead now for the Calais Blue Devils. They got to build the lead up a little bit. Now Daigle turns and fires up.
And that's Tracy Mulholland picking it up. That's going to be 4 on her. So a lot of players will be walking the edge right here. We're in some foul trouble. Look at Jay Brown right now talking to Kristen Chiveri. And Dow's coming in.
Some pretty serious suggestions or recommendations given to Chiveri there by...
Well, right now, Schenck can make a move because Mulholland's going out with 4 fouls. Coach McShane needs to take her out, as he has done. 7 minutes to go. They can't afford to lose her.
Daigle shot up and off. Lane violation.
I think it was going to be it was a 2-shot foul anyway. That was a great board by Dow.
Each team with 16 fouls, so we'll be going for the 1-and-1 on the next foul. Gibson coming down court, going right then left and handing over to Bell. Back to Gibson. 4th and final period, the Eastern Maine Class C Girls Championship game between 2 outstanding girls teams. Up by Dow and in.
Gotta like the play of Dow tonight. She's really answered the call. She's come in and put in some valuable moments, and now with Mulholland out again, she comes up big with the board.
5'10" freshman playing in her first Eastern Maine tournament. Chiveri to Graham. Inside. Back out, stolen by Gibson.
Hard to believe that Dow's a freshman.
Playing quite a roll off the bench. Leishman is fouled by Sear. Quite a collision here between Leishman and Sear.
Sear moves over to block, and I think she got the worst of it, plus she picked up a foul. So Sear goes out, she's got 2 on her. With them back in.
Sear unable to set herself that time
And Leishman extends it to a 7-point lead.
47-39, Calais pressing full court. This is Rosebush with the basketball, guarded by Klein. To Chiveri. Chiveri coming in, foul line, back out. 6:04 in the ball game. Daigle fakes. Back out front to Rosebush. Chiveri drives down inside, puts it up right-handed. Rebound taken down by Witham. She falls down, a collision on the court.
On the bottom.
And double dribble, but Clark is slow to get up.
Well, she was on bottom there. We're going to get another look at that. Clark goes over here, goes to the floor, gets sat on, and now she's right back up and ready to play.
Okay, the Blue Devils coming up court, and a foul
on Chiveri.
As Gibson comes across the midcourt stripe, she's fouled by Chiveri.
Clock's going out right now. Looks like she's a little dizzy over there on the side.
She was falling on, and she may have hit her head on the floor, but
we did see her manage a smile over there. I think it might have been something that Tracy Mulholland had to say to her.
Gibson on the line now for 1-and-1. We'll be in the 1-and-1 situation from here on out with 5:38 to go in the ball game.
See the follow through on that? Left the hand right up there till it rolled in.
(49-39). Now it's back to a 10-point lead for the Blue Devils. Chiveri with it, guarded by Gibson. And the Wolverines want to go discuss some things with Jay Brown.
Keith, just as it looked like Schenck was climbing right back into this, again, some key players for Calais have come in and done the job of taking up the slack. And Schenck's down by 10 again.
Again, though, you have to be impressed with the younger ball players for Schenck, who, as you say, keep stepping up. Carrie Cram, I mean, continuing in the semifinals and now the finals to come through when needed. And she's only a sophomore. Heather Rosebush, another sophomore. Chiveri herself is only a junior. They only had one senior on the starting five, and that's Shelby Mayer.
Speaking of young players that are doing a job, you've got to give a lot of credit right now to the freshman Kelly Dow, who's come in and done a great job for Calais. Again, we said that some of these players are going to have to step up and do the job with Janice McConvey on the bench, unable to play because of a broken ankle. She normally would be placed in that role. Now it's the other kids, Dow and Amy Murray, that have come in and done a great job tonight.
Well, let's see what happens in the final 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Chiveri has it for Schenck, guarded by Gibson. Gives it to Mayer and Witham. 6-foot Witham with the ball, guarded by Leishman. Schenck, see if they can key another comeback here. That's Dago.
She's one that can get you started.
That's an 8-point game again.
Watch for the trap.
Bell with it. Being trapped. Leishman almost loses it. Now it's picked up by Gibson.
Watch Calais. They, at this point, are going to play very patient. Tracy Mulholland will be coming back into the game with 4:47 to go.
Calais in control. The big 8-point lead. Dow missing, and Witham with it to Chiveri. 2-on-2. Kelly Daigle goes in along the baseline. Rebound coming down.
That's Murray with the rebound.
Murray quickly to Dow. To
Bell on that one.
Knocked out Al Leishman. Back to Bell in the corner. Gibson, guarded by Chiveri.
Showing good patience right now. They're in the driver's seat. They got an 8-point lead. They don't have to force anything. They're trying to pull the Schenck defense out a little bit. Mayer comes out. Opens up Bell in the corner, and now Carrie Cram will lead the way down for Schenck.
4 minutes. 8-point lead for the Blue Devils. Cram with it goes in the lane. And double dribbles.
Coach Jay Brown over on the other side of the court couldn't see that one. He was blocked out. Amy Murray gets a good round of applause. She's done her job each time she's come in. She's come in to get rebounds, and that's what she's done.
Mulholland to Bell. Back to Leishman. 3:45 now. Mulholland loses it to Witham. And Kelly Daigle races back. Wolverines have staged a couple of comebacks. They're going to try for a third here. Daigle with it. Back to Witham. And there.
Look at Gibson hustle to get back with Chiveri. They know she can hit the three, so they're trying to stay with her out there in three-point land.
Mayer turns and puts it up and off. Bell with a rebound. So the Blue Devils of Calais in the driver's seat for the time being, with 3:05 left in the ball game. Mulholland's jump shot is off, not quite enough on it. She gets the rebound, hands off to Leishman. Leishman jumps and is held and is fouled by Chiveri.
Kind of a scramble underneath. Everybody trying to get a hold of the ball that time. And we take a look at that here as the ball goes to Leishman. She can't get the handle. Tries to pick it up. Mayer's on the floor going after it, and there's Chiveri on the arm.
Chiveri caught trying to knock the ball loose, and Leishman turned, and Chiveri turned with her.
Leishman coming through on the line. 3 for 3 so far in this period.
9-point lead again with 2:58 remaining.
Make it 4 for 4 on the line drive that time.
Dallas extends it to 10, 51-41. Mayer with it, top of the circle, and throws it away.
Schenck at this point cannot afford turnovers. Coach Jay Brown Wants the pressure up.
Full court pressure coming from the Wolverines. And Leishman coming down court guarded closely by Mayer. Mayer bumped into Leishman.
And that's going to be it
That's
for
it.
Mayer.
Number 5 on Shelby Mayer.
Disappointing night for Shelby Mayer. The senior starter for Schenck has fouled out of the game and been plagued by foul trouble all night. And Sear will get the call. Lori Sear coming back in for her.
Shelby Mayer, who played a role on a state championship team last year when Schenck defeated Mount Abram 56-47. The only senior on the Schenck starting 5.
I'm not going to say anything until she takes her next shot. Didn't want to jinx her. She's 6 for 6 right now from the foul line. Leishman doing the job.
And it's a 12-point Calais lead right now with 2:35 to go. Cheveri racing down the court. Daigle. And Cran takes the long one.
Oh, in and out. With him with a board.
Tip tie. Picked off this time by Calais.
Look who's in there on the rebound. It's
Kelly
Gal
Dowd,
again.
5'10" freshman, gets the rebound.
All alone is Mulholland.
Nice block that time by Cram. And a traveling violation. So the Blue Devils get it back. Andrea Leishman will play it in to Holly Bell. Inside intended for Mulholland. She goes through a crowd, puts up a left-handed shot. Daigle with it. Racing down court to Cram.
There's Cheveri.
Attempt from deep in the corner misses. Mulholland comes right back with it. Bell is alone on the fast break.
Again, that's court awareness. Mulholland comes out on the drive, looking up court. Holly Bell goes on the fly to the basket, and they find each other on the floor.
So the Wolverines won another timeout as Calais closes in on an Eastern Maine championship. They
This
lead
is their
by 14 points.
Final timeout that time for Schenck. They're down by 14 with 1:46 to go, and this Calais team has showed what team basketball is about. You know, everybody was looking, thinking that Tracy Mulholland would be the key, and granted, she scores her points, but she's also making some great passes, and everybody stepping up to contribute, whether it be through passes or rebounds or great defense. The team has really come through.
The undefeated Calais Blue Devils, 18-0 on the season. And here they are looking to be 21-0.
Right here, watch this. As Mulholland comes out on the break, she looks up court. On the opposite side, Holly Bell has gone on the fly. Great pass to Bell. Leads her right there for the layup. These kids know where each other is on the floor. That comes from playing together and just, again, good court awareness.
The Blue Devils are 1 minute 45 seconds, 46 seconds away from a perfect season.
We look over on the end of the bench over there for Calais, and you see McConvey with that cast on sitting there. You got a feel for her. I'm sure she'd love to be out there right now doing her job, but she's going to be very proud of the job her teammates have done in filling in.
One of those rare occasions when the team goes all the way through the season, a perfect season, all the way through the tournament. 55-43, 12-point lead now for Calais. Sear trying to make the steal, knocking it away. Leishman will play it in for the Blue Devils. To Gibson, guarded by Cheveri. Go to the left side now. Clark back to Gibson.
They're going to eat some clock here.
Team. 125. This is Bell in the corner, and she's going to be fouled, I believe.
Yes, she is.
Crowded out of bounds.
3 of them on her.
Be tough to determine who committed the foul, won't it?
It was the one in the middle. We'll take a look right here as we go into the corner. There's Sear.
Wait a minute, Sear. Sear, they're calling it on Sear.
So it was the first one to get there.
Referee blew the play dead behind the line of scrimmage that time.
Teams, championship teams do the little things that they need to do to win. And in this fourth period, Calais has been doing the job from the line as well. afraid I jinxed her on that one. They've made all their foul shots down the line here, about 10 points from the line.
57-43 now, 120. Some threes going to be launched here. Chiavari and a foul.
We're going to go the other way and shoot foul shots again. This one going on Sear, number 4 for her.
This final 1 minute, 15 seconds will probably last quite a while.
It could very well. And now Clark is going to go on the line and see how she does. Coach Bob McShane obviously is going to be very pleased with the effort his Blue Devils have put on tonight.
He doesn't look pleased yet, but I'm sure he is.
He will be.
Still a little bit apprehensive, a little bit tense about holding on to this lead. (58-43).
Coming in right now, Jamie Bouchard, 5'4" senior.
Jamie Bouchard is a senior who hasn't played yet tonight. This will be her last chance to play in the tournament.
12 for 12 from the line here in the 4th period.
Chiavari. See him launch some threes here. Cram goes down inside, puts it up and in.
Again, we're going to hear a lot with Cram. She, I don't think she's done growing yet. She already plays big, so if she gets a little more size on her, she's going to be tough. Not that she isn't already.
Mulholland with it. Over to Holly Bell.
Look at the passing.
Wow.
They're putting on a clinic right now. Passing, foul shooting.
61-45. Blue Devils, 50 seconds remaining before an Eastern Maine championship comes to Calais. And back to the line now is Tracy Mulholland.
Watch the passing right now. Cross-court pass, nothing the defense can do. They're all filling the lanes, getting the easy layups. Easy when you get the good pass.
.43 seconds. Daigle down.
Oh, look out, there goes Clark out of bounds.
Loose ball shot is up and good by Cram. 61-47. Cram's going to have a few points this evening.
Yeah, she's got 12 already in the second half. Add that to her 7 in the beginning. She's at 19 points, and now we're going to see a lot of substitutions coming in. Everybody getting a chance to go into this tournament game, and both sides up now cheering for their players. Calais sensing the victory here. And now it's Gibson going on the line. We'll see if we can pick up some of these substitutions. For Schenck, number 30, Christina Lyons, a 5'4" sophomore, is in. Number 24, Shannon Stanley, a 5'7" junior. And there's Gibson with a steal.
Up and off, Mulholland tips it up, but it's picked up by Schenck.
34, Carrie Falloon is in. She's a 5'4" sophomore.
17 seconds remaining. Shot there by Jamie Bouchard. Mulholland with it. And
she double dribbled, but look what was about to happen again. She's there. On the cross court is Gibson on the fly to the basket.
Now the Blue Devils are going to clear the bench here. Give everybody a chance at it with 11 seconds
Look at
left.
Leishman going nuts.
Seven seconds. Shot by Lisa Provenzano. 2 seconds. Gibson still in the game. I don't think Calais got a chance to clear its bench. Time running out.
Over on the sideline again. I don't know if we can get a shot of it. We got Tracy Mulholland and Janice McConvey. She's been the first one over there with her every time. Tracy getting ready to go up and get the net. along with Leishman on one end. Down on the other end, it's Bell and Gibson.
A lot of seniors on this Calais team if they were going to do it. This had to be the year. Mulholland, Leishman, Gibson, Bell, all seniors.